Tonight on The Struggle, men going mad over mythical mermaids, getting close and personal with the greatest of all time, and can the struggle replace Sean McAuliffe on the ABC? Dan Andrews has made his biggest political misstep since he fell down the stairs in his Sorrento beach house, igniting wild conspiracy theories. The Premier struck a cultural nerve when he announced plans to rename Melbourne's Maroondah Hospital in honour of Queen Elizabeth II if Labor wins the November election. The move is a strange one by a government that proclaims Republican learnings and sensitivity to First Nations concerns, given Maroondah is the Woiwurrung word for leaf, and Queen Elizabeth II is associated with colonisation. But if replacing Indigenous names with those of the deceased is supposedly good party policy, surely Dan has a few more change of name announcements in store. Perhaps the suburb of Boroondara could be renamed in memory of
Alan Jones when the time comes.
Or Birrarung Ma could be renamed as a tribute to
Rupert Murdoch. Can't be long now.
And our capital city, Canberra, could drop its name to pay homage to Uncle Jack Charles. Actually, no, that one would be culturally insensitive, wouldn't it, Labor? On another note, our boomer intern Marg has been egging to get her journalistic chops into something substantial. So, with the retirement of both Serena Williams and Roger Federer from the tennis Grand Slam circuit, we thought we'd send Marg out to find the next greatest of all time.
Thanks, Ren. It is my very first live cross. It's very exciting. I am here in Abbotsford in search of the next goat. I've heard good things about this place. Sources told me that it is this very place where fresh new goats are introduced to the world each year. Let's see who has what it takes to be the next goat. Come on. Hello, are you the next goat? Are you the next goat? Do you know where the goats are? You're so close on being a goat. Can you tell us your secret? What's your secret on being a goat? With Serena Williams stepping down, are you the next female goat? Can you tell us how you keep in shape? Are you the next goat? We wish you all the best in your next journey. And there you have it, our next aspiring goats. Back to you, Ren.
Irrelevant but cute. Controversy has erupted over the trailer for the upcoming live-action film The Little Mermaid, with Halle Bailey playing the role of Ariel. With angry white men letting their disapproval be known across the internet, let's see the thoughts of these Twitter trolls from their human form, alpha male Max Payne.
I'm angry, folks. Them Twitter cultural Marxists are at it again, calling me all kinds of things for pointing out that mermaids cannot be black. Now, I ain't got nothing against them, but think about it. The sun just don't reach down there to the bottom of the ocean. It is more scientifically speaking reasonable to assume that a fair-skinned redhead can sunbathe on a rock all day without getting burnt. But no, these woke leftists keep on saying shit like, mermaids aren't real. Why do you care about this? Ladies and gentlemen, to prove that I'm right and that mermaids are white, we're going mermaid hunting. Well, the most important thing when hunting a mermaid is to be prepared. That's why I brought my six-pack, and my 8-pack. Now, according to legend, mermaids have led many a men to their deaths using their beauty and music. Thankfully, as an alpha male myself, I am completely unaffected. Yep, this is it right here. This is where we'll find them little mermaids. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Really? Here? Why not at the beach? I thought mermaids lived in the ocean. But brother, that's exactly what they want you to think. Wait. Did you hear that?
What?
Run.
What?
Run!
Oh!
no time. There's a whole school of them coming. I gotta get out of here. It cost a lot, but we did it. We got finally photographic evidence. Proof that not only mermaids are real, but they're also why? God, why?
Why, indeed, did we just watch that? Anyway, time to peek through the crack in the fence and spy what's vexing Karen Kvetch.
This week, I was the victim of a heinous crime. My 37 security cameras captured a hoodlum stealing my HelloFresh delivery from right here on my porch. Naturally, my first reaction was to open up a top priority neighborhood watch investigation. We have walked all the streets of Brighton in an attempt to locate the low-life scoundrel who forced me to endure the stress of grocery shopping with poor people. Ugh. I couldn't even locate any sales representatives during my travels, so I had to scan my own items and place them into reusable bags myself. How barbaric! When I complained to a manager, she called me a Karen. I still wonder how she knew my name. Anywho, my HelloFresh delivery box was not the only victim. This was not an isolated incident. Other people have also had their packages pinched. When I alerted my niece Clementine of the injustice, all she had to say was, "Swiper, no swiping."
Oh, man.
Anyway, I am absolutely outraged at the porch pirates of this world. Their behavior is unacceptable and I will not tolerate it. And if the swine who stole from me is tuning into channel 31 right now, I know who you are. There are not many of you watching. I will hunt you, I will retrieve my HelloFresh delivery, and I will cook my spicy pork rigatoni on your burning body.
Note to self, don't get on Karen's bad side. But for now, we're off to a quick break. Welcome back. Over to the Philippines now, where a bill has been tabled that would punish people for committing the reprehensible crime of ghosting, making it an emotional offence. Yes, the act of ceasing all communication with a person in a relationship without warning could now have legal consequences if the male politician pushing for ghosting to be a crime gets his way. And while you won't be arrested for leaving someone on red just yet, questions are arising as to how such a case would play out in the legal system. Fortunately, the struggle has obtained exclusive access to what is believed to be the world's first ghosting trial.
Tonight, in the Court of Karen, we bring an exclusive first look at a proposed law to outlaw ghosting. The plaintiff, Max Payne, has alleged he has been emotionally hung out to dry after being ignored on a dating app. I'm here to fight for my right to a reply and against the future the feminists want. The defendant, apathetic Ashley, claims that they were digitally detoxing and had never seen Payne's messages.
The only thing I'm guilty of is being a postmodern icon of the inner north.
Judge Karen will preside over this delicious digital dilemma.
Apathetic Ashley of 123 Smith Street, Collingwood, is hereby charged with 1 count of ghosting. Under Australian law, ghosting is defined as abruptly ceasing all electronic communications without cause, causing emotional distress.
Order in my courtroom!
Intriguing. We'll keep tabs on the proceedings throughout the show. Well, let's cleanse ourselves by heading over to our mindset coach, Phoebe Love.
I can sense some frustration and disappointment in the air. Oh, it's you guys. Alright then, welcome to this special segment which is all about answering your questions, taking your worries away and giving you a brand new purpose in life. Starting off with the first one, and this comes from the swoop survivor. I went on my stupid little mental health walk and was swooped by a magpie for over a minute. I have been terrified to step out since. Birds. Firstly, I hear you. I acknowledge your pain and I admit that this is definitely not funny at all. See, you have to understand that they are trying to protect their nests because they think of you as a threat. So take it as a compliment. You're big, you're strong, you're terrifying. You know what? Nature does something to me. So I would like to propose an idea for the next federal election. Cycling through magpie swooping. And whoever stays calm and gets out deserves to lead the nation. Moving on, and this one comes from Too Rich to Be Bothered. I'm worried about yet another spike in fuel price. Is there a shortage of fuel in Australia, or is this another government? Why is he bothered? No, there's no shortage. There's just some export crisis. But you know what I think about the situation? The real growth of a person's characters and values comes through their competition. And with the Australian government giving free reins to the gas exporters, Australians now have to compete with the international market for their own fuel, participating on a global level. A wonderful opportunity for growth, I must say. Now moving on to the last question for today, and we have, the end is near. What's with the weather patterns? For that one I say, don't look outside your window. Look inside the window, to your soul. For more advice, just drop your problems at our Twitter handle and I'll get back to you. Till then, wear your helmets, fill up your tanks and keep working on that mindset. Back to you, Ren.
Right, let's now change the tune a little bit and turn up a bit of musical melodrama.
Are you xenophobic? Please explain. Xenophobia means a fear of all things foreign. Please explain. Please explain.
The people's politician is back at it again, sending out warnings to every gullible white person in Brisbane. Pauline, please explain. Why should people piss off back to Pakistan? What's happening here? Does Australia finally have some culture or too much foreign beer? Pauline, please explain. What's in my Easter bunny? Can it sense my weakness and fears? Will this HSB really kill me and bathe in my blood and tears? Pauline, please explain.
So if we're swamped by an Asian population the way Pauline says we will be, will I still be able to buy fish and chips? I'm really concerned about this. I mean, I'm Anglo-Australian. Too much spice cannot pass these lips.
If I go to get my groceries in a hoodie and a face mask, is it like someone wearing a burqa? I really have to ask. Pauline, please explain.
Marvellous. Now let's check back in to see how things are faring in the ghosting court case.
Your Honor, this whole trial is a farce. I didn't even have my phone on me.
There! How were you updating your Instagram then?
My client is not a liar. In fact, they're a victim of stalking.
Wait, who said that?
You did. You said thousands of people are following you.
Yeah, on the gram.
Oh, I love the gramophone.
Your Honor, can I get a new lawyer?
Denied.
Getting intense. We're off to a quick break. Welcome back. Now, let's cross live to the sports therapy couch to see what emotional reaction our patient is having today.
Last week, we witnessed the biggest, most important, most prestigious sporting event of the year for middle-aged balding men. Sumo wrestling. Did you think I was going to say AFL? Well, sumo wrestling is where it's at right now. The September Grand Sumo Tournament finished yesterday, and to be honest, I would say most people only care about the AFL Grand Final because Victorians get a day off. But now that I think about it, AFL and sumo wrestling aren't all that different. Yes, in AFL they wear jumpers with their nappies, but they're both disrespectful to their mothers, and by mothers, I mean women. Like, did you know that women are not allowed to enter or even touch the sumo wrestling ring? Like, not even if someone is literally dying. And even though they say it's because of tradition or something about women not being clean or whatever, meanwhile, these men have to wring out their underwear like a towel every night. At least in Aussie rules, we've had a semi-professional women's league for a while now. But it was only a few months ago they actually allowed them to play at the spiritual home of Australian sport, the MCG. What is so special about this hallowed ground that women can't touch it? Like, is it sprayed in Lynx Africa or something?
Curious stuff. Now let's head over to Domitrix, who this week is into porn.
Hello friends, family, future lovers. It's me, Domitrix, your favorite leather enthusiast. Let's talk about chess, baby. We all know just how exciting, how thrilling a game of chess can be. Just watching two people go at it for hours and hours, ooh, it gives me a rush. And now the game has even gotten more titillating, in a scandal more shocking than anything you could conjure up your wildest fantasies. Anal beads have the chess world crying out their safe words. Now, I know you probably didn't think you heard me right, but I never disappoint. Yes, anal beads are rocking the world of chess. At the sexiest chess championship in America, 19-year-old Hans Niemann dominated chess champion Magnus Carlsen, which is a little unusual since Carlsen has been on top for 5 years. After this, Carlsen pulled out unexpectedly, leaving everyone disappointing and wanting more. But in an unforeseen climax to this whole event, it has been proposed that Niemann could be using anal beads connected to a chess computer to help him finish so spectacularly. The computer sends electrical signals to the beads, which vibrate inside the player's body to send Morse code-like signals via his rectum, to help the player get into the right position and make all the right moves. Master Niemann denies everything though. He has said he will play naked to prove he wasn't cheating. A match I think we all would enjoy watching. Chess hasn't been this hot since Anya Taylor-Joy made us all swoon in the hot mess chess Netflix series, The Queen's Gambit. Although I suspect she had more fun with the rook. Until next time.
Kinky kings and queens. Moving on, and the iconic satirical sketch program Mad as Hell wrapped up on Wednesday when it aired its very final episode. A staple of the Australian media landscape for the past decade, the last show returned to basics, and by basics I mean amateur. There was wobbly camera work, an exposed microphone wire, and even a sudden audio spike.
Part of Parliament, but...
I mean, these are all things you might expect from a community TV show. Not a polished production on the national broadcaster with 15 seasons of experience behind it. But seeing that Mad as Hell has finished its tenure and there's now a vacant time slot, surely The Struggle is a ready-made replacement. We are also a satirical news program. We too make fun of Peter Dutton, and now we even look the part. So we're going to pack this show up and head over to the ABC headquarters here in Melbourne to pitch The Struggle to Auntie. But first, let's head over to Bob Cheapix.
Have you heard the showbiz news? Woody Allen is retiring. Cue a collective sigh of relief from everyone. Except, he's not.
What?
The director clarified that he would focus more on writing screenplays rather than filmmaking, as he no longer finds making the actual movies rewarding. Finally, Woody Allen is in sync with his audience. We no longer find him making movies rewarding either. We just can't help thinking about his marriage and children with his stepdaughter. So, with Allen currently working on his 50th and hopefully last film, we'd like to shine a light on other men currently working in Hollywood with problematic pasts. Of course, we have the classic racists, such as Mel Gibson, who went on an anti-Semitic rant while being arrested for a DUI. Or Liam Neeson, who just outright admitted that he fantasized about murdering a black person. And then there's the sex pests like Louis C.K. and Kevin Spacey. Looking back at their work gives the same feeling as reading O.J. Simpson's If I Did It book. Perhaps the most egregious show of Hollywood's willingness to pardon male monsters is the case of Roman Polanski. Not only is the director still making films and winning awards, but there seems to be a large number of people who believe he should be exonerated for his actions just because he so happens to be a good artist. Sure, he drugged, raped, and sexually abused a 13-year-old girl and fled the US to avoid jail time. But hey, he made a few good movies back in the day, so let's cut him some slack. And that's not all, folks. In the interest of time, or else this segment can go on for another 10 minutes, here is a non-exhaustive list of entertainment stars who have encountered controversy, but have still somehow found a way to weasel into our media to varying degrees of success. But hey, I guess one Weinstein makes up for it. From cannibals to conservatives, Hollywood truly has it all.
Concerning, Bob? Well, we're here outside the ABC building in South Bank. Not that you'd know it, because we've been officially instructed not to film the ABC logo. Who would have thought the national broadcaster and champion of independent journalism would tell a bunch of journalism students they couldn't film on their public space? I guess I didn't know the ABC saw Channel 31 as an actual rival threat. Anyway, we'll continue on with our endeavour to get the struggle under the noses of the ABC execs. But now, let's see what's coming up later tonight.
Thanks, Ren. Join me after the struggle tonight on The Project, where I'll be joined by the the hero, Ben Roberts-Smith. Isn't democracy an Australian value? Why pay your respects to a monarch?
You cannot be, the democratic leader 100% of the time. That doesn't work. Right? Sometimes you do need to be an autocratic leader.
Right. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Back to you, Ren.
Right, now time for the all-important verdict in the ghosting court saga.
This court finds the defendant, apathetic Ashley, guilty.
Yes! Another win for the alpha male. The pain train never loses.
Hold on. Are you Pain Train 6969 on ashleymadison.com?
Me?
No!
Yeah? Wait a minute. Are you neighborhood voyeur on ashleymadison.com?
Moi?
No!
I am. You ghosted me.
Uh-oh. This whole trial is out of order.
Sit down. Guilty. Guilty. You're all guilty.
May?
Yes.
me and that judge lady were role-playing online anonymously, but then she asked to see my manager, and this alpha don't take no orders from nobody. God, I can't believe they let women be judges these days.
Now that the trial is over, I join the ranks of influential people who have been unjustly persecuted by the legal system. Rosa Parks, Nelson Mandela, Kourtney Kardashian, and now me, Inner North Ashley. Follow me on Insta, besties.
Right, well there you have it. That brings us to the end of yet another episode. And despite repeated attempts to get ourselves heard right here at the ABC, it seems like youth just aren't really what they're after. You'd think, after getting rid of old fossil McAuliffe, they'd be keen to give something new a whirl. Like maybe a bunch of young people with a ready-made show. But hey, why innovate when you can air another David Attenborough repeat instead? The struggle, it's real.